welcome to Blake Street Banter, where one of us knows what the word banter means, the other one's along for the ride. We are here with Jeff Dooley, the voice of the Hartford Yard Goats. And how does it feel to be back in Duncan Donuts Field?
It's awesome. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts Park we're very fortunate to have one of the better ballparks in minor league baseball. And it's just so great to celebrate, to get back to the norm with our fans. And we're very fortunate to have the facility and to have the fan support. So we're tickled to death to have baseball back in 2021, Aaron.
Yeah, I remember talking to you in December, and you could just tell you missed it. And so I'm sure you're pretty stoked about being back there. Another guy that's a big fan, I saw your 2-minute clip of him, which was very well done. Taylor Snyder. He mentioned just loving Hartford and the fans being pretty great. Can you talk about how great he is right now, leading the Hartford Goats with 14 home runs, 900 plus OPS, just really doing his thing?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. And thanks for your comments. Mike Delgado put that feature together. I just voiced it, so all the credit should go to him. It was well done for sure. But yeah, he's been outstanding. He's got really good genes. His dad played 9 years in the major leagues. Corey Snyder had one of the best arms I remember when I was a kid. Nobody would run out his pops, but he's got a chance. He's got really good power. He's a guy that has the ability to change the game in a couple of ways. Obviously, with his bat coming up with a clutch hit, or he can make a nice defensive play. He's been moving around the infield there, and he's played mostly at shortstop for the Yard Goats, but he was at first base. Chris Denorfia had him at first base the other day. They like moving these guys around at the minor league level.
Right.
He's played a little second base. He'll occasionally play third, just because you never know when you get a chance to go up to the Rockies where you'll actually play. But he is somebody that I think that maybe if you didn't call him a prospect a couple of years ago, he's opened a lot of eyes. He's leading the AA Northeast right now in home runs. He had a really remarkable week 2 weeks ago. He was the league player of the week, and he batted 609 with 6 home runs. He had a 2-homer game twice during the week. One actually helped win a game on the road in Reading, and he's a terrific kid too. So he's someone that is really easy to root for. So he's putting up really good numbers at the AA ranks, and hopefully he's got a chance at some point to go up to AAA, if not play for the Rockies at some point this year.
Yeah, sometimes we see that jump from the AA to the big leagues. It's pretty cool to see him come out of nowhere. Like, he was above average in 2019 in Lancaster, but like these numbers are outdoing that, and it's pretty cool to see these guys, especially the not top 30 people. So cool on that. Let's talk top 30. So just kind of going down the list of the Rockies top. Elehuirus Montero, number 9 on the list, part of that Nolan trade. He's kind of got some shoes to fill just because the Nolan trade. Started out kind of hot, cooled down a little bit, kind of hitting again. He kind of hit a lull. What adjustments have you seen him make in just being a professional ball player?
Well, I think there's a lot to like about him at first. And I know that's one of the reasons the Rockies wanted that piece back in the Nolan exchange, or so I heard. You talk to scouts and they really like the way he checks a lot of the boxes. He's a big, strong kid. He has the ability to hit the ball to the ballpark. Defensively, he's getting better. And his body frame as a kid that, is going to project to be a really strong kid at the higher levels, and at Major League Baseball. One of the things he's experienced, I think, is, going, obviously with the pandemic last year, they lost the season. So there was some rust, I think, going around throughout baseball. I've heard it. I've seen it firsthand at AA, but I've heard it at A-ball and AAA as well, just because guys are, trying to get back to their form that they had in 2019. But generally speaking, Aaron, as you know, the AA level it's a really difficult jump. Obviously the big leagues, it's a different universe. But when you go from A-ball to AA, players will most of the time tell you that was the biggest jump in all of minor league baseball. AA to AAA, I heard, isn't as much, even for pitchers or hitters. But going from A-ball to AA, can be that tough adjustment. And then obviously you throw into the mix that you lost last season as well. So I think he's having trouble. I know he did play a little bit of AA baseball before, but going to a new league and adjusting to different pitchers, guys that he probably hasn't seen before, it can take a toll on you. And we saw that firsthand with Ryan McMahon.
Right.
Ryan McMahon had to repeat AA. And going back to years ago with Michael Kadire, who played for the Rockcats at the time, he had to repeat AA as well. I know Trevor Story repeated AA. He was in Tulsa the last year of Tulsa with the Rockies, and then came back and played a season with our organization. So
Mhm.
double A level is a hard level, and he's going through, I think, just the adjustment page. But you do see a lot of things that you like about Montero's game for sure.
Is he as big in real life as he looks on the screen?
He's huge. Yeah, he
He's
really
a
is. Yeah.
giant.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He's got a big upper body. He's got strong legs. And, these guys just continue to get so much stronger because they
Incredible.
have the ability now to, get on the nutrition stuff. And just basically when they sign, they have trainers and strength coaches a couple of digits away on their phone, so they know what to eat, they know when to work out. I mean, they're working with the best people in the world. So I think that's why we're seeing at all levels the guys being so much stronger and so much quicker than they were yesteryear for sure.
Yeah, and it's paying off for him for sure.
Yeah.
Another piece added in a trade, Jameson Hannah, the Hoffman trade, number 13 in our top 30 list. He made a name for himself with the Rockies community in spring training, kind of set on fire, solid defender, former second rounder. Struggling a little bit at the plate right now. What are you seeing from him from that hot spring that he had?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Jameson is his ability that he hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's only played, and he's actually played in less than half the games. I think he's played in 21 games of the 50. So he has problems, staying healthy. He's had a couple of different, nagging injuries that have kept him out of the lineup. I like what I've seen. I mean, he'll have a couple of games where he'll go 0-4, then he'll have a 3-hit game. He's hitting over 300 right now, so he's done all right at the plate. And again, this is a really tough adjustment for him. But he plays really good defensively in the outfield. He's a short player, but he gets to the ball. I like his routes that he takes to, and sometimes he'll sacrifice his body diving for balls and things like that. But he's a guy certainly that I think Rocky fans can be excited about. Again, the biggest thing with him is his inability to stay healthy and to get on the field. But if he can stay healthy, I think the weather's warm now, and certainly from now on through the rest of the season, I think you're going to see really good numbers for him. But yeah, he's over 300 right now. He's been impressive at the time that we've seen him. And he could be that leadoff hitter that that he's hit. I think 1, 2, and 3 in the Yard Goats lineup, but most of the occasion now he's been that leadoff guy for Hartford.
That's very exciting. It's having solid defense and Coors in that center field is huge. So I think he can transition pretty well with that. Karl Kauffman, the number 17, went to the same high school as DJ, brother Rice out here in Michigan. He had that quick call up from Spokane, and then now he's in Hartford, struggling a little.
He is. It's a tough adjustment. He came to Double A with 2 games under his belt.
Yeah, it's quick.
It's quick. It's the quickest I've ever seen. I've done this a long time. I've never seen anyone move up this quickly. David Ortiz, when he came up, Big Poppy, he spent some more time in A-ball. I understand why. He was a college kid, threw a lot of innings.
Yeah,
got it done and got Michigan really far into the College World Series. Won a big game against Texas Tech, and I do like some of the things that I see. I think he has a chance to do okay, but this is a hard level. It really is a hard level, and he's being challenged while he's been out there. And quite honestly, he's just been he's been overmatched. At the times that I've seen him, I'll do see something where I'll say, okay, I see it. I just think that again, it's been overwhelming, I think, for him, and it's been difficult because he was up pretty quickly. But again, it comes down, everyone's in the same boat. I mean, some of the guys that have had little time at A-ball because of the pandemic and because of what they've done in the past, I know a lot of organizations are trying to move guys along. So hopefully he'll be able to adapt. Again, I've seen some things that I really like, but I mean, overall, he really has struggled with his time at the Double A level.
Those trials and tribulations that we all know about those minor leaguers.
And Aaron, as you know, this can make you stronger too. I mean, you just got to fight through it, especially, both physically and mentally, but a lot of it is mental when you get to this level too. So, making sure that, you're doing the right stuff and, and obviously we're all rooting for him. I do like some of the stuff that he has. I know he brings a lot to the table, but yeah, it has been a challenge, when he's pitched so far this year.
Yeah, and looking at his college numbers, he has the stuff and he competes at a high level. So hopefully that comes to the forefront here in a second.
Right.
number 21 and 22, you can kind of maybe bunch these two together. Tommy Doyle and Ryan Feltner. Feltner's been electric, doing really good stuff, 15 strikeouts in the 10 innings that you've had him up there. Doyle kind of on the Kauffman realm there. What are you seeing from those two arms?
Yeah, Doyle has struggled. I mean, there's no question he's struggled. Late in the games. I mean, he's the guy that's going to come in the ninth inning and try to get guys away. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to do that to this point. Hopefully, he changes things. I know he did have an injury that sidelined him for a little bit, so he was on the injured list. He's back now, but again, I'm just hoping that he can work through this. I know he pitched a little bit in Colorado last year, and there's just so much to like about him. He throws hard. He's got some different pitches. But again, this has been a challenging level, and I'm sure that he would be the first to tell you that it's a really good league this year. So he has been challenged for sure, but we're hoping that that he can get through it. He obviously has the stuff, just hasn't gotten the job done, quite honestly, Aaron. So hopefully he can turn things around as we near the midway point. Feltzer he's been outstanding. Yeah, I mean, it's a short sample because he only pitched a couple of games, but right. I've really liked what I've seen. I mean, he's actually pitching tonight for the Yard Goats, and he throws strike one. He gets leadoff guys out. All the things that you like to see. He throws it over. He's not afraid to let his stuff play. Lets the defense do the job behind him. He'll strike guys out though as well. So he is someone that had pretty good numbers coming in, and so far he's done a really good job. Again, it's a very, very small sample. He's pitched 10 and a half innings,
right.
At Double-A, but no, definitely like what I've seen from him so far, and I'm really excited to see him pitch tonight.
Yeah, we talked to Boyle about him a little bit, Spokane voice, and he said really nice things, very similar to what you just said, and hopefully that carries over into it. And that's the top 30 in the Yard Goats. One of the stats that I saw that stood out to me was Sean Bouchard leading the team in hits, 18 doubles. Enlighten us a little bit about that stick.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he got off to somewhat of a slow start his first go around at the Double-A level, but he's been really consistent. He and Coco Montes has been really good. I see him as a potential big league guy. He's leading the league in doubles right now. But Bouchard he's right there in hits. I think he's second on the team. I think he's second in the league in two base hits as well. He's gotten some meaningful hits, and he's playing pretty good defensively in the infield as well. So yeah, there's some guys that are beginning to turn the corner and to improve, which is obviously what it's all about. I mean, once you get out there and you're doing it every day, and the other thing this year that a lot of people don't know is a very short spring training for the minor league guys too. Right. So having them, you almost look at that first month of May and say, well, you know what, we've got to give them a little bit more, because generally speaking, that would still be where they're in spring training modes. Like it or not, that's where their bodies are. That's time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're into games now, right? We're into late June, almost July, and some guys are beginning to show that they may be candidates for the Rockies at some point. And I think Bouchard is one of those guys for sure.
Yeah, that was cool looking at his numbers. It's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's been good. He really has. Yep.
And then we'll end it with this. What are some of the pitching surprises you've seen? Duncan and Todd show up to me real quick. Duncan with similar numbers to his 2016 year. And then in between now and then was a little off. And now he's kind of going back to what he was doing in 16. But what else? What have you seen arms-wise?
Yeah, Duncan's been good. I mean, he's older. He's 29, so I think they signed him just to chew up some innings here. And there were some younger kids in the rotation that they felt that, hey, let's get someone that has had some success at the Double-A level. So Frank, obviously, he's someone that not only pitched at Double-A before, he was a Triple-A All-Star, and he's just thrilled that he wants to play baseball. So he's thrilled to be here. Loves every aspect of the job, and I think he's a guy that could maybe go up to Albuquerque at some point and try and help the Topes. The other guy, Scioneaux, I mean, his numbers were like video game numbers. They were unbelievable, and I'm just so thrilled because, he was in Altoona the last couple of years with the Pirates organization and, didn't really get a chance at AAA and came here. And it's almost like, It might not be on that prospect sheet, but what do I have to do to prove? I mean, he had given up 1 run in like 20 games. It was
Wow.
it was unbelievable. And finally they moved him up. So I would put him in as a guy that, who knows what can happen, because he was just outstanding this year. But he's been good, although he's gone. And Regan Todd was a guy that, he pitched the other night and pitched well, and he's got good numbers this season. So they've got some guys that are starting to turn the corner for sure. I just wish we could put a few more wins together on the board.
Yeah, it seems like there's kind of give and take with the record right now.
Yeah, and you know what? The guys are playing extremely hard, and as much as you like to win games, it's about development, and we love good games for the home crowd. And the last 3 games here at Duncan Donuts Park, although we lost 2 of the 3 with 9th inning home runs, they've been really exciting games, and it's a fun group to be around this year. And I know every single kid in that clubhouse downstairs, they want to win every single game, and they want to do their best, but we're thrilled that they're playing their tails off to try and win games and to try to get to that next level.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wish I was in Hartford to be able to go see some of this on the skills here that we see. I appreciate you spending this quick hitter 15 minutes with us and just talking Hartford and getting us excited about the future.
Yeah, anytime, Aaron. Appreciate you having me, and we'll talk again sometime this summer.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Find more content at BlakeStreetBanter.com.